Hey Max, great defence obviously out there. How hard was it to keep that McLaren behind you?
Yeah, it was very hard. I mean, basically, you have to drive over the limit of the tires. So I was also not sure how long I could, hang on to that pace. And then it was just trying to control them on the straights, try not to let them too close in the last chicane and in turn one. And then with the little top speed advantage, of course, that we had, you can manage that a bit. But at the end of the day, if one point the tires go off even more because you had to over push them, then they will pass you. Luckily, over this distance, it was all right.
Hey Oscar, we said yesterday that starting a pole always isn't a good pace to start. You gave it everything, you pushed. Were you surprised a little bit that maybe you didn't have quite enough to offset their top speed advantage?
Maybe a little bit surprised, yes. I mean, I knew that they had more than us, but we just didn't really gain much on the straights at all. So that was obviously a bit disappointing, but I was prepared that the sprint could look like that. I knew the start and the first lap was going to be very difficult. For me, I wasn't that surprised with how things panned out.
I think we were quick, just not quick enough in the straights. It's a tough balance to play with, I guess. But clearly, even if we qualify first, Max is coming past. So, we have maybe some things to try to do a little bit better for later. But I think we're quick. I think we're the quickest. Just there's a difference between just being quick and being able to overtake cars. So. Some things to play with for later, but I think we're confident the car's in a good place.
I don't feel any particular way, unfortunately. This is the situation we are in at the moment, and it's a long time that we've realized that. We are not accepting that situation, and we are pushing like crazy to try and turn the situation around. But when there's such a gap between a team and ourselves, the other team, which I mean McLaren and Red Bull, are still pushing to develop the car, and so we came with an upgrade, but they also came with an upgrade, and that means that it's very difficult to then catch back. So at the moment, it's where we are, and I don't think we could have done anything better today.
Hey Esteban, congratulations, great conversion to get that P5. How pleased are you, and how much did you learn actually for the rest of the weekend?
Yeah, super pleased with this. I think it's 6 points for the team in total on a Saturday. It's a really good result. So yeah, we can be obviously satisfied with this. The cars in front were the cars that are out of reach for the moment, with Charles just being quicker than us. So we finished on top of our race, basically, and overall it was fantastic. So we need to do it all again, obviously for this afternoon, which is not going to be an easy task, but we'll push hard to make it happen.
Yeah, pleased. I think we've done a solid weekend so far. Nothing wrong going apart from FP1. We just did a solid quali yesterday, solid sprint today. We're probably a bit quicker than Esteban the whole race, but he was flying in sector 1 and 3 with a low downforce car and was impossible to pass. But we'll keep working at it and see if we can beat them tomorrow.
Yeah, it was a good race. Nice to score some points. Both cars in the points in a sprint race, which is no mean feat. It was a fight out there for sure. I think we lacked a little bit of pace. The rear wing that we have means that we're very difficult to overtake. So in the straights, we're absolutely flying. It does make the car balance then a bit difficult over a longer stint. So we need to see what we do for tomorrow. Also with rain in the forecast. But I'm happy. It's been a while since we scored, so it's nice to do that.
Congrats on getting a point. There wasn't much passing in that race. Obviously, you inherited that spot at the start, but you pleased to have got something out today?
No, honestly, even though I didn't get the overtake complete, I enjoyed chasing down Ori. It was a good fight, let's call it like this. And we had definitely some really good pace, so it's promising for this afternoon.
I would say it was a strong race. I feel like it was a bit difficult to go forward in the race, especially with no pit stops or anything, no strategy. You just get flat out and then go for it. I just feel like they had a bit more pace than us today. It was quite clear, Hadjar going quite a lot faster, and Lawson just behind me, putting a lot of pressure and trying to overtake me onto the last lap. So I would say, it was difficult to get points today, but we're going to work the best we can and make a good quali today and try the best race tomorrow.
I think, everyone's got quite a fast car right now. It's very close, so in a race like that, it's very tough. It shows sort of differences with downforce levels that different people are running. It's a bit boring, but obviously tomorrow we have a pit stop in there at least, so at least then we can hopefully have a bit more strategy to play with.
Nothing went special, to be honest. Yeah, I was just exist there. It doesn't really stack up with the management I'm doing versus the pace I'm having, to be honest. Usually, or last 4 years, I know what I'm doing, and it's always in the kind of approach or kind of strategy I'm having in my mind. It works pretty well, and suddenly, yeah. Since I joined to this Red Bull, I'm currently struggling. Doesn't really stack up, especially today. I'm pretty sure I was doing management quite a lot in the beginning because I knew it's gonna have a DRS strain in the beginning, but normally I able to gain the pace as much as I managed in the beginning, normally in the end, but it's grip limited overall throughout the race. So it's really strange. I mean, as usual, to be honest.
George, obviously didn't look too exciting for you out there after quali yesterday. What could you learn, and can you hope that when the car's obviously repaired now, you can have better quali and it might be a better weekend to hope?
I hope so. It's so difficult to overtake. In Spa at the moment, we run these really small rear wings, and DRS is only worth like 1/10. So we just need a better qualifying and see.
It's one of those, boring races. Just not much action. So we'll see what we can do for qualifying and maybe a bit of weather tomorrow. So we'll see.
Hey Fernando, I guess was it a learning session out there? Because obviously you couldn't make a lot of progress.
Yeah, not much action on track. I think I started 14th, finished 14th. DRS trains all the way into the race, and probably the only lesson is that qualifying maybe is more important than we thought. It's important to start up at the front and then try to keep that position. It's not guaranteed that you can overtake. This afternoon, hopefully we nail the laps and let's see tomorrow.
Hey Lewis, firstly, did you kind of understand what happened yesterday with the car and whether or not it was something you were shocking that caught you out, obviously, with that spin, and how did today go as well?
Yeah, we understood it. We got a new component on the car that Charles had in Montreal and had for a few races, but that's the first time I've had it. And Charles, you remember he crashed with it in Montreal, and then I had the same experience in my first run with it yesterday. But also the brakes felt pretty good, and I ultimately braked same position as I did in P1, but a little bit more pressure, and it snapped the rears. And so I understood it, got a bit of running on it just now, and hopefully that won't be a problem. Hopefully.
Alex, looked tough out there really to pass, to make progress. Just talk me through it.
Yes, I don't think we delayed the DRS zones. This is last year, years before. I honestly don't know why we've done that because the overtaking is more and more difficult as the cars get better and better. They're harder to follow, so we need a bit of help. But the DRS zones remain a bit too short. So I don't know how it was for everyone else, but that was very boring. We actually had a good car, and I'm just hoping we fix the issues from yesterday. We'll go through the data now and see if we're good for qualifying and go and try again.
Well, I mean, yesterday definitely analyzed what happened, and what came out was the fact that I just asked a bit too much to the car. I carry a bit too much speed, and then just went on power a tiny bit early, but I just had a lot more speed than free practices, and the rear just stepped out. So it was a shame, but still good learning. And today's sprint, I didn't expect much less. Nowadays the car are very efficient, and this ground effect car, they produce so much downforce from the floor that in this kind of track you can run such a small wing, and that makes also the DRS effect much lower than, for example, with a bigger wing. So. That's the lesson is that you need to start as far forward as possible in order to get the best track position and in order to also show the real pace.
Hey Nico, well, you obviously had it all to do from where you were starting. How tough was it out there, and did you learn much about the car for the rest of the weekend?
Yeah, it was like a practice session, in the end. Even the quick cars didn't progress much. It was quite a static race. In heavy traffic all race long, if you have behind 5-6 cars, the accumulative dirty air effect is so big that, you basically have no weapons, you know, and you're just going through your tires. So it was just further practice, you know, and yeah, hopefully putting it right and putting it better this afternoon in quali.
Hey Franco, you tried something different starting on the soft bit. Look a bit tough out there.
Yeah, it was tough. Always gonna be tough starting from the back. So tricky, but I think things learned after the changes from yesterday. Yeah, let's see what we can do in quali. But we try with the soft, but it was always gonna be difficult on the degradation.
Yeah, obviously felt for you when I saw you getting pushed off the grid. What could you at least learn from when the team did a great job to get you out?
Yeah, it was turned out to be more like a FP3 than a sprint. So I mean, it was still a great effort from the guys to get me back out for a few laps. Obviously not ideal and not what we wanted initially. But no, at least we got some better understanding on the medium, evolution, degradation, balance with slightly more fuel in the car. So now we just gotta take those, few feedback from the morning, but quickly forget it and just focus on this afternoon and tomorrow.